Hi, be love, be light, believe. Thank you for joining me here on the Bizzy Show today. I decided to change it up today from my normal routine and found a cool spot that I've never been to. I've got some creek water behind me to help soothe. There's a lot of birds here to this place I found. I've probably seen like 5 or 6 cardinals so far. And before I get into whatever I'm going to talk about in this video, I do want to talk about how I've seen 2 herons already today. I was unable to capture any photos as the first one I saw, I was just chilling on a bench on this trail, just chilling, and I see one flying in the distance away from the location I'm in, and I just was mesmerized at its wingspan. Huge wings. Wow. So neat, even at a distance. So I finished what I'm doing. I snap a few other photos of what I was, my explorations here where I'm on. And I'm walking this trail up to another part where there's another part of a creek and a bridge, and there's stones on the path, so I'm making all kinds of noise. I like to hear my footsteps when I'm walking. And I was unaware, it actually startled me. There was another heron, and it's the bluest blue heron I've ever seen in my life, and probably the closest up I've ever been to one. And I must have startled it, and it jumped and it flew. And it was so blue. So, maybe my point to the story is, this world is full of wonder. This world that we live in, where there's so many people suffering and in crisis and all this crap, attempting to bring people's spirits down, attempting to whatever. I don't even want to put my energy into all that worldwide nonsense. I want to put my energy into helping people get back in tune with nature and get back in tune with their wondrous, joyful selves that we all used to be before we were programmed into modern society. And seeing these birds today, I would have never seen them if I wouldn't have decided to change up my routine today. If I would have went on my normal daily walk, my normal go-to, I would have seen the same things. Now I do see new things when I go on similar walks. I do. The best though is when you go somewhere you've never been. And there are things in this world that can help uplift you if you're in a spot and bring you peace and bring you calm. I implore you to go outside, go for a walk in that park you've never stopped at. Drive 20 minutes to a river or a creek or a mountainside, or even just take a walk in the streets in the city that you live in, if that's where you're located. the point is to do something that's different from your normal routine. Change it up. The only way we're going to make things change in this world is if we all start shifting our realities towards higher and better things, and not focus so much energy on fighting and arguing and trying to figure out who's right and who's wrong. Because at the end of the day, that stuff's not really going to matter. At the end of your life, that stuff's not really going to matter. We're so small compared to the universal size that is the universe. Those are some cardinals whistling in the background there. I tried to get a picture of them too, but they saw me and they flew. I'm gonna have to learn to be more quiet. Tiptoe when I'm in the woods. Maybe I'll be able to get some better pictures of some of this wildlife and some of these things that I see, so that I can actually visually give you something to look at other than me. Oh, how I do love to rhyme. For anyone that knows me, knows that I like to make rhymes, and I like to use alliteration, and I like to write poetry. I like to go outside and take pictures of things, and they inspire inspiration in me, and then I write, and it is another form and another way that I transmute the energies that I am dealing with at whichever particular time. The key is, for me anyway, something that's really helped me is recognizing all of the parts of myself that I neglected for a really long time when I used to try to fit in to modern society. And the more I unlock these parts of myself and delve down deep into my soul self, the more I feel uplifted, and the more I want to share, the more I want to talk. And my intent in this video and in all the videos I do is to help share my light and to help others out there who are in their darkness and their dark night of the soul. Your spiritual awakening is right on track if you're in the dark night of the soul. You gotta go through it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. We all kind of slip back into the dark sometimes, and that's where we learn to turn on our lights to see. And we are the only ones, each one of us as individuals, who can bring light to our own darkness. And there's another bird over there. I'm not sure if that's a cardinal. I'm not familiar with the sound. I'm no expert. What's funny is that I know a lot of things about, a lot of little things about a lot of things. And some things I research and some things are just surface level. It's definitely a cardinal. I only know that from experience. I love cardinals. You hear the song they're singing? Love it. So I'm standing on this bridge, right? This bridge on this creek here. I think this is where I wanted to go with this at the beginning. I already did my meditating and getting in tune to make sure that I was on the right frequency before I started this video, and I'm standing on a bridge, and it's really important that I'm recording this video on a bridge because I recently realized that I am a bridge. If you come to my bridge, I will help take you to the other side because I'm the connector between worlds. And if you're here watching this video and you've made it this far into the video, then this video is meant for you. And pause. Pay attention to your surroundings. What sounds do you hear in your environment? Are those sounds pleasant to your ears? Or are they bothering you? Do you have to sit all day in some office and listen to the annoying hum of some air vent? Or are you working in a place that has lots of loud machinery? Put earplugs in, it will help you. Or are you somewhere where there's lots of people and it's crowded and the noise is just incredibly overwhelming? Those things that bother you when you're in places that are loud, there's something there that you need to figure out. We have all of these senses and our eyes can close. If we don't want to look at something, like say I'm watching a scary movie and I don't want to see the visual of the stuff because I already have enough visuals in my brain and I can imagine whatever's going to happen, what it might look like, right? So I'm one of those people, I don't really care for scary movies. I don't like inviting that energy into my world. And if I do watch the stuff, I will close my eyes because I have that like protective mechanism here, right over your eyes. We don't have though, unless we purposely place a barrier between our ears and the outside. We don't have a way to just turn it off. So you may not even realize that that news that you're listening to all day, if you're still on that vibration, I feel for you, man. If you haven't learned to disconnect from the mainstream media, you got a lot of ways to go. Check out some other videos. Check out some other videos on other people that are spiritually awakening and on a whole other level than that nonsense. Anyway, my point is that we have our ears, right? We have the receptors in our ears, and they pull in the sound and they create however it's registered in our brains and the frequencies of the sounds, and it produces an output. So our brains are constantly working to take in the sounds around us. And those sounds in your immediate environment, especially if it's at a job or even in your home, if you're somewhere where you don't really feel comfortable, they're actually not good for you. All of those sounds, it's poison. Sounds can be dangerous to your ears too, even if the decibels, or even if it's within regular range of what our ears can handle. When you have a consistent sound or tone or frequency of something, it's still inundating your brain. It's just going in your ears, making your brain process it, and it's exhausting. So as human beings, we aren't meant to be overly stimulated in that way. We are meant to have rest periods and time where we're in the quiet. It's essential to go and sit in the quiet, or sit in nature, really, because it has that bird sound is pleasant to my ears. The sound of the creek behind me is pleasant. The background, whatever farm noises, they're okay. They're far enough away that they're not gonna interfere with my vibration. If there was some machinery right up next to me making that noise, I'd be walking away. It's just what you have to do sometimes. You just have to walk away. Sometimes you have to walk away from the things and people and places and situations that are toxic to you, whether or not it's toxic for your senses, your eyes, your smell, your ears, your sense of touch, your tastes. If you don't like the food you're eating, quit eating it. If that food that you eat feels real good temporarily, and then 20 minutes later you're in the bathroom, or you can't sleep because you have indigestion, or you can't seem to lose weight, or whatever reason it is, food's important too. You got to feed your body, your avatar, your person with good food that makes you feel good. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to the sounds that make your ears feel good. Pay attention to the things that you look at that make you feel good. If watching the news every night puts you in a sour mood, quit watching the news. You can read about it the next day, or you can check in once a week, or I don't know, sometimes I disconnect from the world. From the news anyway, in the mainstream media, I will disconnect purposefully and ignore the shit going on because it's toxic. And the only way that we're going to change this group narrative of this whole world is if we get enough of us to disconnect from that narrative and create a new world with a new narrative where we're all living in our highest possible vibration, where we're all striving to do good and be good and learn and grow and embrace the mistakes that we make and embrace this journey that we're on. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. I wish somebody would have really enforced that when I was young, because I went on the perfectionism route for a long time, and it actually turned me into someone I really wasn't. And that effort to always want to be perfect and always not want to break the rules and always want to people please, that wasn't healthy for me at all. And it's not healthy for anyone to be that way. Why can't we as human beings accept each other for the way that we are? These trees don't discriminate the other trees. All the different kinds of trees and shrubs and all the different, I see moss, there's all kinds of things in this little wooded area that are required for this ecosystem to work. We have to be different. We have to perform different roles for the society to grow and learn and be better as a whole. And I will tell you that fighting and arguing and competing isn't going to get anyone anywhere. Not really. It's all a matter of balance, really. A little competition is good if that's something that someone needs to motivate them. It can't be the all. It can't be the only thing, though. It can't be your whole life, that competing. It can't be. Nothing, no one thing should be superior to any other thing in your life. It's all a matter of finding balance. It's all a matter of being present in your life. We are so programmed as kids. What are you going to be when you grow up? You know? We're putting that into kids' brains to worry about their adult life when they're children. Why do we do that? These children are being indoctrinated into a system that's broken. It's upsetting. And it strikes the nerves. I'm sorry. I'm a parent myself, and I have to do my best to teach my child discernment. And I have taught my child a lot of things about what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and that other people's behavior outside of his self isn't his responsibility. Even my own, especially if I slip up. No one's behavior is anyone else's responsibility. There are so many out there so hell-bent on expressing their views to the point that they want others to follow them blindly, without allowing people to be their own self, without embracing the in-between, without letting people just be. Why can't we all just be? We are human beings, not human doings. Doing things does help you get up and move, but we are beings meant to be. When you spend more time with yourself and by yourself, you'll come to realize how important it is to take the time in the day to quiet your mind and set boundaries to all of those people and places and things and distractions that aren't healthy for you. You will be the more you do this, the more you're going to get in tune with this right here. And you're going to let this guide you, and this is going to always take you where you need to go. Your heart, your soul self, your spirit. You are the one driving your life, not the other way around. And I'm a firm believer in setting intentions for change, for myself, for the world around me. And I believe with all my heart, as dark as the world is right now, the more and more of us that light our own candles, we will burn away that darkness from this planet. We all have a specific journey, a specific path, and once you figure yours out, you will embrace it, and don't let those naysayers or people that don't believe in you, those people's opinions about what you're doing with your life, especially when you're in tune and you know that you're getting downloads and higher information from source energy because it's come that far. That's how far you are on your journey. You'll get to this point where all of that programming in your brain from all of those people in your life who didn't believe in you sort of fades away. Because it doesn't really matter. Not if a person has spent years and years and years on self-development, and there are still people in this person's life, or they're not really in this person's life, they just watch this person's life, and then proceed to make judgments and talk about them. All of those gossipers, please find a way to let it go. Forgive yourself. I forgive you for all the time and energy you put on to trying to control someone else. Let it go. Instead of trying to puppeteer other people, you need to take control of your reins in your own life. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. We all will figure it out eventually. Leveling up, tuning into higher vibrations, meditating, nature walking, any kind of creativity, writing, painting, drawing, cooking, building, making music, making videos, whatever your calling is. It's time to let go of the naysayers and fuel your passions and fuel your dreams, and you will be amazed at some point in the future and be proud of yourself. Beyond proud of all of your accomplishments and all of the things that you've overcome. Remember, I'm the bridge. If anyone out there needs some help, my email address is in the box below. Thank you for staying this long on the video. Thanks for tuning in to the Bizzy Show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if this video resonates for you, so that I can help build my channel and get more people in the what's the word? I do this. I forget my words. So that maybe some of the words that I have to say here today might resonate for some of you. And I need help. This is me asking for help to share my videos so that I can help more people, because that is my purpose. My purpose is to be a guide and help bridge the light into people's lives where they are stuck in the dark. That's why so many are drawn to me. My family never understood why I walked the path I walked, and I had to walk it the way I walked it to grow. I had to walk it the way I walked it to be here right now. And I have a lot more walking to do, and I have a lot more places to explore. And my energy and my light healing is going to help a lot of people. And I hope one of those people is you watching. Did you see the sun there just a little bit ago when I talked, and now those birds are speaking? Well, I'm past the 30-minute mark. Back to the regular life I've got to go. Anyway, okay. I look forward to making more videos and seeing more of you out there watching, feeling your energy and your support as we change this world one person at a time. I love the birds. Go outside, touch the trees, listen to the birds. Thank you again for joining me here on the Bizzy Show. Until next time, be love, be light, believe.